Let me introduce you to the Levoit Oasis Mist 1000S. And we've reviewed pretty much every single humidifier from Levoit, but every single one of those had one limitation. The tanks were maxing out at about 6 liters. Here, the tank is going to be considerably larger, so it's going to give you 100 hours of runtime. So let's open it, let's show you what you get, and let's compare it to the traditional Oasis Mist just to see, is it the same, but it just comes with a larger tank, or is there a real clear-cut difference except for the tank? So let's open it and let's check it out. So this is what you get inside of the box here. It comes pretty much as one big piece. This is the tank. This tank is massive. This is absolutely humongous. And there's a little pump in there, if you guys can see that. There's a little pump in there, and it's actually going to be attached to a small filter. These little filters are really engineered for hard water, so if you're getting a lot of blockages, you got a lot of calcium buildup, this just helps reduce that. Now, you will have to replace this more frequently if you have a lot of hard water or your home just uses a lot of hard water and you're not using distilled or you're not using reverse osmosis water. So this is going to be the actual humidifier. So all of the major electronic components, all of the menu commands, everything is going to be up top. If you want to add aromatherapy inside of your unit, well, it's really easy. They give you a little aromatherapy pad. You can just pop that in. And this is going to be just generally this large hole for your tank. Now, through this hole is just completely see-through. So if you guys can see my eye, I can see through this. So that's where this hole is going to be leading to. It just leads directly into the tank, so you just pour from the top. Or you could take the entire tank and fill this inside of your bathtub. See, that's how much water this holds. It holds a lot. Now, you want to hold it by the handles on both sides if you want to take this to your bathroom or your bedroom or wherever you're going to use this, because if you don't use the handles, it could fall. So make sure to use those handles, guys. So now let me finish setting up our 1000S Oasis Mist. And that's it. That's the entire setup here. You just pop it on the top. Now, one thing I want to make everyone sure of is that it's pretty stable, but I can just pop it off just as easily. There's no lock here. There's no button to lock this in. You can just pop it off. So if you were to knock this over, the potential is that this can entirely come off and then you can spill all the water on the ground. Just make sure you do not knock this over. I do think in the future iterations of the 1000S, you will see some type of lock here so that it doesn't just tip over and fall on the floor. We have the app set up. I can just turn it on and off. So watch what I do here. So if I want to turn it off, it will just turn off on its own. If I want to turn it on, I can turn it on. There's going to be more adjustable power settings, at least in terms of controlling the output. So now that we've described and shown you what the 1000S can do, and even compared it to the 450S, let's move on to, is this going to be the right humidifier for you? I'm going to make it really easy. If you have a large bedroom, that means you have tall ceilings, you're somewhere in that 250 square foot bedroom camp, this is probably the one you're going to want to go with. Why? Because general humidity, you don't need it that high. This, because of the 10-liter tank, means you don't have to refill your humidifier, because that is, in my opinion, the #1 reason why people don't use their humidifiers. It is not that it's too hard to turn on. It is not that it's too hard to clean. It is actually because people just forget to refill their tanks, and it gets too annoying for them to refill it every day, so they stop using it. Here, because the tank is so large, and if you run it 24/7 on the lowest setting, even inside of that room, well, you're going to be able to use this tank for closer to 4 days, 24/7. And I'll catch you next time. This is David with the French Glow, signing off.